A big room of their own. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. You've co-worked, co-lived and co-exercised. Are you ready to co-commune? Welcome to the Assemblage, a new club in Manhattan's upscale nomad neighborhood. Its evening-only memberships start at $200 per month, all-day use is $900, and the menu of services tops out at $6,500 for amenities that include a private office with room to stretch your legs. Sergio Magana and Daniel Pinchbeck give a lecture on how to awaken the voltaic dream time at a workshop at the Assemblage. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. On a recent night, Alberto Villoldo, a medical anthropologist, psychologist and shaman, gave a talk in the club's dim lobby called Hacking Your Neurology with Sacred Plant Medicine. To a packed crowd of mostly young urban professionals, some still in suits and ties from the workday, Mr. Villoldo was extolling the benefits of ayahuasca, a psychedelic substance made from Amazonian tree vines, broccoli flower extract and daily doses of omega-3. Members and guests gesture what they feel the body of a feminine leader looks like at the end of a workshop called The Future of Feminine at the Assemblage. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. I don't think there's a topic that is closer to my heart, said Rodrigo Niño, the founder of the club. 48 and the CEO of Prodigy, a platform that uses crowdfunding to buy commercial real estate, was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma 6 years ago. Terrified of dying, he found an article in National Geographic about ayahuasca. He promptly left for Peru to spend 2 weeks taking the substance and reckoning with his own mortality. Lunch is provided for members and guests at the Assemblage. Communal breakfast is also served every day. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. What I saw from that perspective was that society today was not in very good shape. Mr. Niño said. What I saw in this hallucination was how all living things were connected as one, but we were not aware of it rationally. Rodrigo Niño, the founder and CEO of the Assemblage. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. When Mr. Niño returned to New York, he was no longer plagued by fear of death, he said. But he struggled to integrate his vision of interconnectedness with his daily work. I had this radical inner knowing that we were all together as one. Mr. Niño said, but I was a real estate developer, an economist, from a mathematical, evidence-based background. I couldn't prove it. 2 elixirs called Heart and Ground on the menu at the bar at the Assemblage. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. He has now decided to give it a try in $400 million worth of Manhattan real estate that include 2 other Assemblage-branded locations, one on Lower Park Avenue and the other in the financial district, that will offer apartments and a hotel. Donalyn Savello, Glendy Young and Julio Rivera work on their laptops on the 12th floor at the Assemblage. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. Mr. Niño said his new company was funded from small investments from more than 34 countries, and that every new qualifying member of the organization will be given the option of investing to become a co-owner of the buildings themselves. He has donated some of his contemporary art collection to decorate the Nomad Club, as well as Peruvian weavings he ordered specially made from the Shipibo tribe whose ayahuasca ceremonies he attended during his trip. A meditation room at the Assemblage. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. The Assemblage defines its prime audience as those who are at the intersection of technology, consciousness and capital, and displays such slogans as "We don't work, we assemble" on its Instagram account. The marketing language seems designed to appeal to those who attend Burning Man and the Daybreaker dance parties, who revere Alan Watts and Pema Chodron, who use words like conscious and transformational. Michael Hewitt plays his guitar on the rooftop at the Assemblage. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. I've been telling people I'm 15% happier since I joined, said Mark Krasner, standing with a woven shawl draped over his shoulders near an elixir bar. No alcohol is served by the Assemblage. Instead, there are essences and infusions that purportedly enhance the complexion, digestion and mood. Katie Mae Spencer meditating after her daily nap at the Assemblage. I take naps daily sometime around 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., she said. Lately I have been coming here and it's so relaxing. Jackie Malloy for the New York Times. Mr. Krasner, 34, and a founder of Expectful, a meditation app for women before, during and after pregnancy, praised Assemblage's food. An Ayurvedic breakfast and lunch are included for membership levels, and vegan snacks are available, and the spiritual leanings of the other members. At other co-working spaces, I might have gotten along with 30% of the people, he said. Here, I feel such a deep connection with all the people I meet. The club opens officially later this month but has already attracted roughly 250 members, Mr. Niño said, as well as curious attendees of near-nightly events covering such topics as honing your psychic powers, creating sacred spaces and building shamanic communities. Along with desks and conference rooms, and the usual accoutrements of co-working life, there is a rooftop garden and meditation rooms throughout the building, and plans to equip those rooms with artificial intelligence that will guide members through daily mantras. It's an upgrade for the consciousness movement, said the author Daniel Pinchbeck, a member who often writes about psychedelic culture and has lectured, with Sergio Magana, a healer, on the topic of how to awaken the voltaic dream time. As for Mr. Nino, his own voltaic dream includes eventually opening branches of the assemblage in cities around the world. We truly need to have a place of convergence for those who understand that there is more than who we are, he said. For those who feel we could be defined not only by the known, but by the unknown.